I think you start every time off just laughing.
Because something funny is always happening before we
Right
go
before,
live.
but that's, yeah, exactly. Then we clean it up and we're locked in.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's Friday. We're here for the weekend. We got MLB playoffs, divisional
I know, but
playoffs.
there's nothing today.
Yeah, no,
we were
today's gonna be a slow
struggling.
day.
We were struggling a little bit.
Today's going to be a slow day. Have to, sneak over to the casino maybe.
Yeah, I was joking with
some
him.
apps
What
up.
are you going to do all day?
Table tennis and darts. I told you. There's plenty of options out there to be gambling on. The books give us plenty of reasons to lose our money.
The thing is, I know you're not joking.
What are you talking
Like, you're
about?
saying you're not going to do that, but I know damn well you're going to end up betting on something you really shouldn't be betting on.
I only bet on table tennis and darts in the morning when I go to the gym at 5 a.m. That's the only time that I do that.
Okay. He may as well just sneak over to the casino, to be honest.
That's why they got the sportsbook apps. They give you options.
You
And
get to
KBO's
take the day
live
off.
at 5 a.m. It's great. There's always options. Do you know that? How about this? The KBO, you can watch the game on DraftKings. Like when I could be at the gym. I don't know how I know this, but you can watch the game live.
What do you mean you don't know how you know this?
I just happened to be sitting in my car right before I
Yeah.
went into the gym one morning and just was like, why does this say watch? And then I opened it and I was like, oh, it's like crystal clear stream, like
Bro,
the game
5
going
o'clock
on.
in the morning just sitting in the
Yeah.
gym parking lot making
Korea,
bets?
I only made a few bets that day. It's because I could see what was going on in the game. I could understand the announcers too in Korean.
Flex.
I'm just kidding. I did not understand. I'm
I
joking.
was going to say that's actually kind of cool.
No, I did not.
All right, let's get into the news.
Yeah.
The Bears beat the Commanders last night 40-20. Snapped
Broke
a
the
14-game losing streak, first win of the season.
Yeah.
What?
That was interesting. When I looked down at I was at the LSU baseball game when I was done streaming, and it said 27-3. I was like, whoa.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch too much of it until the second half. So,
Damn, if you had fun and just threw money on Chicago,
yeah,
you,
but who was
you
doing
did it
that?
right. No one.
Just donating
Somebody
to the
did
sports
out there,
book.
but hey, they won.
I hit a parlay just in case. Because I went heavier on the Commander side, obviously. So I just do a stats parlay for the other team just in case to balance out some of my losing. So I won $150 on Fields and his DJ Moore, right? He had a monster game. I only
Yeah.
took him for 50 yards, but he did that
went off.
in one play. So.
For sure. Well, that worked out for you.
Yeah, it was all right. But I still lost $100 because I got greedy. The books got me. We're in a hologram. They're just watching me and just laughing. They're like, we're gonna
Because
send
they
them.
know they can get you.
Yeah, we're gonna
every
send them this-
time, and you keep letting them get you.
I know.
It's your fault.
Go
It's
ahead
nobody
and say
else's
how
fault.
they got you.
Yeah, so they sent me a bonus bet last night, 100% profit bonus, and they bumped up because usually there's a minimum that you can bet on it. So, yeah, they sent me one of those, and they bumped up the minimum or the maximum amount. So I bet the maximum amount. I had a nice 3-leg parlay that I felt good about, and I asked one of my friends here in the shop. We won't mention who it is. If I should add a running back because it made the odds a little sweeter, and then the 100% parlay. He was like, oh, yeah. And then we started checking stats, and they looked good. And then I was like, 4 legs, just a lot. And he said, do it. And I said, yeah, I like it. So the chances are to win 600 or 1,200, yeah. So I added Brian Robinson, and I knew it, too, because, Joe, he was on your fantasy team.
Wait, the
I
funny
asked
thing,
you.
no, the funny thing is yesterday we're like talking about placing bets and whatever. And we're
Joe's
trying
working.
to decide who was going to score a touchdown. Anthony walks in the back. Joe is
Joe's
locked
working,
in,
yeah.
the only one doing like real work at the time.
What are you talking about? I thought you were working over here.
I was in the conversation with bets.
I
so-
thought she was
wait,
working.
time
I was
out.
under the impression
No,
that you were
don't do
working.
that. Don't do that. I was in the conversation when you were deciding who to bet on.
What were you doing on your computer over here?
Looking
I was
at
just looking
stats
at.
for you.
No, I
Anyway,
only asked you once in a
that's
while.
So not
But you
the
had your
point of this.
headphones on.
That's so not the point
Wow.
of this.
All right. Well, now it's out there. Okay.
Anyway, Joe was in the back, and Anthony walked all the way in the back to ask him, hey, not to interrupt you, but who do you have on your fantasy team?
I was just
So he could
wondering.
fade whoever was on Joe's fantasy team, but you
Look,
didn't.
I knew my time. It was time management for me. Okay. I didn't realize how locked in Joe was because I thought we had worked together earlier, and I thought I knew where he was. So that's my bad. But I
I
had
think
somewhere to go at
something-
7. I couldn't place. I usually. If you guys are in the betting group, I do it literally like right before kickoff. But I
No, I
couldn't do
know.
that because I was at the LSU baseball game.
But
so.
the fact that you so seriously said, hey, man, who's on your fantasy
Well-
team? Like, you weren't joking. You were.
I'm not a historian, but I mean, every Sunday him and I are here. What happened last year? He was like, you need to start fading my fantasy players. And we're in week 4 or 5 this week. And what's happening
It
is,
works.
yeah, it's a nice play. So I like the opportunity to understand who's on his fantasy team, and
Joe,
took the opposite. But I
what
didn't do it last night.
We should screenshot your fantasy team and put it on Bets and Breaks so everyone fades them.
I'm very open to that. I had Jahan Dotson and Brian Robinson last night. They put up a whopping 14 combined points. So
I'm telling you, I think we should. Because it never fails. If we fade, we win.
Like, she literally said she said Dotson, I think she was like, I'm kind of feeling him for a touchdown. Then Mikey had Brian Robinson for a touchdown, and I came out, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I was like, they're both on his team. That's who it was. I was like, I'm not doing it. And then this little tap on the shoulder, like, I just add one more leg. Add one more leg, it'll be sweeter. No.
Didn't work out in your favor.
No. Wins are wins, just take them. And I felt I had
Tried
the three
to get
legs.
greedy.
I had the 3 legs that would have got me the win. Part of it.
It's part of it. That's
Yeah.
it. We need that on a shirt. It's part of it. Chicago's also
Also needs to be on a also needs to be on a shirt.
I want that on a hat. Chicago's also in the news because they traded Chase Claypool. And correct me if I'm wrong, did they not trade for him from the Steelers last year? And the Steelers said, like, hey, there's some locker room issues with this guy. Sure enough, a year later, Chicago is trading him away for the same reason. So
And Miami decides to pick him up?
yeah, Miami
and they're
picked
one
him
of the
up.
better
So
teams?
Chicago got a 2025 6th rounder out of it. Miami got Chase Claypool and a 2025 7th rounder.
Maybe there's somebody in Miami that can help him with his problems that he's got. That's what every team thinks.
I don't know. The track record is saying maybe it's a depth move, and I don't know. But if you have somebody that's toxic in the locker room in multiple places,
Yeah.
it might be you, bro. It just might be you. Anyway, that's just my thought.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Chase Claypool or Taylor Swift?
Oh,
Oop.
I didn't say it. You
Oop,
did.
Next.
Joe has some feelings on Taylor Swift and
You have feelings for Taylor Swift?
on Taylor Swift
Wow.
and her relationships. Let me clarify.
It's okay.
That's another maybe look in the mirror. But we're not going there. We're not going there again.
We're
I'm
not
not
going
talking
there.
about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm not even
again.
chiming in on that.
Okay, MLB playoffs. I know you're excited.
Yeah. There's going to be some good games.
Yeah, for sure. So you have the Rangers and the Orioles, which I think, personally, they're going to 5.
All right. Write it down.
Then you've got, I already did. It's in my notes app.
You can bet on it, you know.
I'm not betting on it yet.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. You can bet on it. You can bet a series to go a certain amount of games. You can bet everything.
I know that.
I'm just saying.
But come on now. I know I don't know everything, but I knew that.
But
Twins and the Astros, Phillies and Braves. That could be a good one. These are all going to be good. And then the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers.
Phillies and Braves one, I told you, is win-win for me. Phillies is the team that I think is going to win the World Series. But if the Braves and the Dodgers happen to play in the championship series, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be glued to the TV every inning. So
I'm
not
calling
upset.
him out
What?
because 10 minutes before we started filming, you were second guessing your
I'm allowed to second
Phillies.
guess. Why are you calling me out?
You were like, I know I keep saying it, but I don't think.
I didn't. But I'm still putting my money on the Phillies. I'm putting my money on the Phillies. My money's already on the Phillies.
Yeah, you can't back out now.
There's too much good energy. They just got to win one of the 2 in Atlanta. They're probably not going to win the night, but it's all right.
I don't think it's out the question.
I mean, it's not tonight, but tomorrow, yeah.
I like the Phillies. I'm not saying they're
There's
going
a
to
lot
win
of
it
good
all,
energy.
but I don't think that's a bad.
And I always said this too. Like I was saying before, all the teams that had the bye the first round it's been 6 days since they played a game. That gets a little weird sometimes in baseball. It can go one of 2 ways. Like people are rested, they fix a bunch of injuries, little things here and there. They all cleared their mind, or damn, we hadn't seen live pitching in 6 days. We hadn't been out on the field together.
Yeah.
This team just fucking won a series that they weren't supposed to win. So I don't know. It's just there's a lot of things weird.
Thoughts on the Braves going back to back? Or no, Astros won, but thoughts on the Braves?
The Braves didn't go to the World Series last year, so that's what actually makes me nervous about. Makes me nervous about taking the Phillies. Is like it's really hard to go back to the World Series again,
Yeah.
So it was Phillies and Astros last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Braves were a year before.
Yeah.
The whole point of me bringing up the Braves is because I have some really cool stats here,
Okay.
which might turn some people's heads when they're placing bets on who's going to win. Okay, so I'm just going to go.
Isn't this second bold one here what you were making fun of me for betting all year? And now the stats
Oh
come
my
out?
gosh, can I just read
I'm
this?
just saying.
Okay, so most runs scored in the first inning. So yes, you're Yurfie,
Yurfies.
who he just bet on the Braves all season for Yurfies.
Braves Yurfie.
Since 1961, The Cardinals, the 2000 team, has 147 runs. The Braves are second this year with 146 runs. They also tallied at least 4 runs in the first inning 14 times. That's tied for second most, trailing only the 1950 Boston Red Sox.
All right.
They did it 16 times. And then the most home runs in the first inning since 1961.
So the Phillies
they're tied for first.
Phillies got to be good in the first 5 innings. That's what, or the first couple innings, yeah. But if you're a betting person, you want to take Atlanta in the first 3 innings, maybe. You can do that too. Or you can take them in the first inning, like I always do.
Are you going to? I think you should.
Well,
you've been doing it all season.
Again, it's win-win for me, right? I can bet the Braves first inning, but if Philly throws up a 0, that's good for my long-term bet too. So I am probably going to be betting on the Braves this series, like to win, because I have $150 in the futures, right, for the Phillies. So if the Braves don't win, then at least my Phillies bet is looking pretty good long-term.
Okay,
where I win
fair.
over $2,000 on a $150 bet. So I'll just take the Braves in the short term. That way, if they do win, I'm covering back that $150 that I lose if they beat the Phillies too. And knock them out of the playoffs.
Kind of like hedging.
Yeah, a little bit.
Similar, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Tell everybody where we're at. Give the record.
Did I? Oh damn! I did. Did you update yours?
Update? No.
What'd you go last week?
Shit.
1-1.
I lost my 1-1.
So you're 8-11. 8-11. You're still up. You bet 10.
I'm bad at
math, lost 10.
Bro.
Yeah, you're up like still $385. So.
Sweet.
It's still good. I went 2-2 in the playoffs. Bryce Harper came through for me, but Yandy Diaz did not, and for some reason, Texas didn't want to score their 5th run, anybody didn't want to score the 5th run in the game, so I lost that one. Oh no, it was the Rays. It was Tyler Glasnow and the Rays. The Rays didn't score a run. That was embarrassing. The Rays.
Yeah, I called that wrong.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to put up a little bit more of an effort.
Yeah, so I'm 2-2 in the playoffs so far, but it's a new one. We got a new fresh start. I'm excited. Divisional round.
Yeah, what do you have?
So they didn't announce all the starting pitchers yet?
Yes, I didn't even look at the games yet because you don't know who's starting. Yeah. I hate that.
Me too.
I understand, the games are tomorrow, but
yeah. So
come on, hurry up.
The Arizona and LA announced their starting pitcher, so there was stuff up. I'm just gonna play it honestly. What I think is safe, but it's still plus 215 odds because 4 different things are happening. But Kershaw to have 4 strikeouts, I think that's the one that actually makes me the most nervous because the Dodgers are super analytic. If he gets hit around a little bit in the beginning, I could see them pulling him pretty quick. But I got him for 4 strikeouts, Mookie and Freddie to get a hit, and the Dodgers to score 3 runs. It gives me plus 215 odds, so I'm going to throw $25 on there to win 53. So that would be fun. I'm riding with my Liberty, The WNBA playoffs or championship series starts on Sunday. 2 p.m. Sunday. I'm taking the Liberty plus 5. It's minus 115, so I'm going to throw $50 on that one. That's actually my biggest bet this weekend for our bets. And then I'm going to take a fun little parlay. I'm going to pick all 4 games for Saturday, even though the starters aren't announced. I'm taking Texas plus 1.5, which means they can't lose by 2. Houston money line, Philadelphia plus 1.5, which means that they just can't lose by 2. But I told you I think they're going to win. Maybe not this first one, but I don't think they're going to lose by more than 2. Arizona plus 1.5, so they just can't lose by 2. That one makes me a little nervous, but
all of them make me nervous, to be honest.
Arizona's hot though. That's what I'm saying. They just won a series that they probably weren't supposed to win. They went into Milwaukee and beat people on the road. They could have some good energy and at least come out hot in this. So we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't touch MLB. I told y'all. I just went really heavy on NFL.
Yeah, I like that you did
and
a pick 'em.
I just said F it and just went crazy. Okay, so I have a same game parlay.
Yeah.
Miami Giants plus 355 odds. Miami to cover 12.5. Tua to have over 286.
It's in New York too, huh?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of points.
You do this every freaking time.
I'm just saying. I'm just like
he makes me second guess every freaking time. Like my gut tells me one thing, and then
What? You do the same thing to me. You said they all make you nervous. That's the whole point. I think gambling is like there's a chance of losing money every time. So
I just did the same thing.
But it should be fun.
It's fine. Yeah, Miami to cover. Tua to have over 286.5 yards.
I like that one.
and Tyreek to have a touchdown.
I like
Plus
it.
355.
I don't hate it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I mean, at this point, what
Plus
else do I have to
355. I like
lose?
it. I like that. So you're gonna throw $10 on that one?
Eventually, I'm gonna
be.
win one.
Well,
Like,
you've
you know,
won. You won a plus 600 last week.
Yeah, but like consistently. Eventually, I'm gonna get
Gambling
hot
is
again.
not consistent. That's the thing. Is like you never
I'm gonna
consistently
go,
win. That's why it's gambling.
I'm gonna go on a hot streak soon. I feel it.
All right. Well,
am.
usually hot streaks mean that there was a cold streak before or after. Because again, if you play for the tie and you pretty much break even, then you're a successful gambler.
Okay, well, I feel like I've been on a cold streak.
So
Anyway,
that means the hot streak's coming. You're right.
I'm
Here
telling
it
you,
is,
I
right
feel
here, the
it.
plus 2,000. Let's go. That's the one.
Yeah, this pick 'em. Okay, so I have Chiefs money line, 49ers money line, Jets money line.
Wow.
They're the underdog. I know. I don't know why I did that, but it's already in. Eagles money line, Saints money line, which that's going to be. Mikey's looking at me. I know the Jets are your team, but I'm about to say that I think the Saints could blow it for me. They're playing the Patriots. I would hope not, but like, figure out the offense. Anyway, Ravens money line and Bills money line. You made me nervous about the Bills game because it's in London.
It is.
And
I think the
dude,
Jags just been hanging out there, over there.
they're just playing.
I could have made that up that maybe it wasn't the Jags and the Falcons, but I don't know.
Whatever.
Feels like they've been over there in London.
I don't know. That one felt like a no-brainer to me, but those are often the ones that miss.
Yeah, who knows?
Whatever.
Saints money line, huh? They're going to Foxborough and they're going to win?
Dude, shut up.
I was just asking. I was wondering where that was coming
They
from,
got
except
so
for the
much
soft
heat.
place in your heart for the Saints.
No, stop. They
saying
got
she does
so
it hard
much
sometimes.
heat from their terrible offensive performance this past weekend. They can't do it again. Like, they can't.
All right, we'll see.
They're whatever.
We'll
It's
see.
already in, so if you
All
want
right,
to tell me,
quick,
you can.
quick break and collectibles news.
Wait. I have mine.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Sorry,
I mean,
sorry.
you're trying to skip
You're
people.
so quiet over there. You're just
Whoa.
blending in over there today instead
Anthony's
of chiming
just
in.
trying to get off camera.
All right, so
What are you trying to say?
for the 10-second runoff, we have a couple adjustments to make.
I love that.
All right, but for our locks this week, I have Minnesota plus 29.5. They're playing Michigan. Texas A&M plus 9.5. They're playing Alabama. Washington State plus 11.5. They're playing UCLA. So yeah, we're taking them to not lose by a certain amount of points as opposed to winning by a certain amount of points. This is the first time this year we're doing that. Also, the only picks we've missed so far, we've missed 3 individual picks total. The only ones we've missed were the night games. So the night game we rolled with this week is Minnesota plus 29.5 over Michigan. That's because Michigan hadn't scored more than 35 yet this year, not because they're not capable, but because they pull their starters in the third quarter every single game so far. So I don't think they're going to find a way to beat Minnesota by more than 30. Again, not because they're not capable, but because they're not going to play their guys the whole game. I feel like that's a safe one for the night game. For the other two, Texas A&M's they have the number 15 scoring offense in the country. Alabama's got the number 50 scoring offense in the country. In the last 2 years, this game has been closer than 4 points, both years going down to the last possession. Washington State plus UCLA. I wouldn't be surprised to see Washington State win this one. UCLA is actually a 3.5-point favorite, so we just dropped that one down to 11.5. Again, Washington State top 5 scoring offense. Cameron Rising's top 3 quarterback in the country statistically right now. So I feel good about these, but I always feel good. You know, if you're gonna tail us, you know, just keep that in mind.
Joe always feels good.
That's the whole point. I think betting is that's you need to feel good about your picks. Hopefully.
I like the Washington State call.
Yeah.
I was looking at those numbers last night. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can go into your breaks.
I'm sorry. Okay.
He's so excited to talk about this first one.
I was. I don't even like Taco Bell. I've literally eaten Taco Bell once in my life. Literally.
No shot.
On my life. Yeah.
One singular time.
One singular time. It was enough for me, and I didn't ever do it again. I don't love Taco Bell, but I think this is really cool for the hobby. Earlier this year, they released Topps Chrome, and they added an insert into it. That was a taco fractor, and everybody was kind of confused at why that was in there and what was happening and why people were paying weird numbers for it. There was a lot of rumors about it. But Topps came out yesterday or the day before saying there was a reason for that. And every year, MLB partners with Taco Bell, and Taco Bell gives away free tacos for the next day for whenever somebody steals the first base of the World Series. So Topps hopped on board with this, and so now if you are holding a numbered out of 5 taco fractor of the player who steals that base, you now win they're calling it Taco Bell for life, but it's really $15,000 Taco Bell gift card. So interesting tactic, but I thought it was really cool. There's like a cult following about Taco Bell, and people love Taco Bell, and I thought it was just funny, and I thought it was good for the hobby.
Talk about 15
What do you think
grand.
about that? How do you think about that?
No, I think it's really cool.
I think it's good. There was a lot of comments that were like hating on it.
For why?
I don't know. They were just saying it's
what
like.
do you have to hate on?
I
Like,
don't know.
what's the problem?
People were just saying that it's like a stupid gimmick. They're saying it's more capitalism for Taco Bell. It's just like, I don't know. There's people wanting to hate. They're saying it's not really incentivizing collecting. It's incentivizing gambling, and like there's a bounty tied to everything now and all that stuff. But I'm like, that's the whole reason that people collect in the first place is like they like there's a reason, like so people can collect because they want to make money too. Like there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Yeah.
But
If anything, I think it's pulling more people. Like,
Me too.
that's fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's good. I was going in the comments of a lot of big accounts yesterday and just like kind of like I was like, dude, this is great for the hobby. And like, you could have had people just collecting those because they like tacos in general, Taco Tuesdays, right? And now all of a sudden they're holding these things and they can go through all their cards and they might have a grand prize. They might be watching baseball. It brings people into the game that maybe didn't watch the games, you know, like, so I don't know. I think it's a great thing all around. And I just hate when people are negative about stuff like that.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. And again,
$15,000.
yeah, $15,000 is fun. And it's pretty cool too because like if the player doesn't have a card in the set, because that's a thing that could happen, there was like wild. It was just like a wild card, and it said wild on it with tacos. And if you're holding one of those 5, then you're one of the 5 that gets it. If it's like a player that wasn't in the set.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because there's some players that didn't make the set so they got it all figured out. It's cool.
Interesting.
Topps also released a product this week called The Joy of Baseball, and it was a collaboration with Bob Ross. So there was like little happy trees in the background of a lot of the cards and stuff, and they were really cool, like art cards. Topps is just doing different things. I think it's really cool. They're just blending different communities and bringing different people into the hobby, and I think it was a really cool thing that they did, and I liked it. And again, I think Topps is.
Yeah, you've been saying that for
Yeah.
weeks, that they've been innovating the space
Yeah.
and pulling in so many different audiences.
Yeah,
and people.
they're just doing things differently. It's good. Yeah. Because and Panini's not that Panini's not, but I think they're really innovating in the NIL space. So like they signed the quarterback for Tennessee, Joe Milton III, to an exclusive deal, which means that he can't sign with Fanatics or Topps or anything like that, or do any other card deals. So you're only going to see him on Panini cards for I don't know how long whatever the terms are of the deal, but I think they're trying to get in the college space early and then build relationships with guys as they get to that next level. So Panini's doing different things, but they're just leaning more on the NIL college side of stuff, I think. And they did release this NFL product this week. It's actually really cool. It's like no joke, the box is this big. It looks like a little cassette.
Didn't we open one of those this
Yeah,
week?
yeah. Is that when you made
one
your
on
TikTok?
TikTok.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
made your TikTok appearance. Let's go.
God,
That was good.
I had no business being in that video.
Yeah, people liked it. It was good.
I know.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, we ripped one on camera. So if you guys are into the cards, you like watching that, make sure you go follow our TikTok. We always, whatever new product comes out that week, we always release it and show some of the cards that are in it. So we ripped one for the shop. They're really cool. The boxes are like this big. There's
They were so
5
cute.
cards. Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
a bunch of little ones in a big box.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's like a more expensive, high-end product, but a cool one that people like in the hobby. But
Yeah.
that's all I got really.
Damn.
Not
I
a
feel
ton of collectibles news. More about the playoffs this weekend. I'm excited.
We know.
Yes.
We know, but you have to wait a day. Well, I guess you could place your bets that you made today.
Yeah, I already
But you can't.
I already placed a few of them.
Normally, you're here like placing bets all day. You can't do that today.
Not all day.
Okay, not all day, but throughout the day.
Throughout the
like you
day,
don't
yeah.
just do it once and then put your.
I usually
phone
figure
down,
out what
like-
time the games are, and then I'll look at it about 20 or 30 minutes before, and if there's anything I like, if any lines have changed, that's when I'll throw some bets in. But that's about it.
Darts.
No darts,
Table
no table
tennis?
tennis. I haven't done my research.
Casino.
No, I'm staying away. I'm saving up for the playoffs.
Fair
Saving
enough.
up. Yep. See you guys on Monday.